Hello, welcome back. As the title says, this particular section we're going to be talking about space. And not necessarily outer space, of course, but the space in which we're going to be doing the performance. This is one of the biggest resources that you're going to need as a teacher and one of the best tools you can use. There's a wide variety of places that you can call performance spaces. And we can obviously, as the assignment says, turn any space into a performance space. But it's most important as the teacher or instructor that you are capable of shifting what is typically known as a practice space into a performance space or a rehearsal space. Whether you're working in a black box theater, or maybe your school or gym has a gymnasium, or even a full auditorium with a stage and lights. The space can make all the difference to how you're going to be doing the performance and how you do the orientation for your students. One of the biggest challenges is, of course, if you rehearse in one space and then you have to go perform in another space. You're going to want to make sure that there's an orientation and a scale or a sense of scale for how big the space is going to be from when they are rehearsing to when they finally get to mount the show. I know many people have faced the challenge that the only time they actually get to do the show is the time that they're on stage. This can be really challenging since your students are not acclimated to that space, and I really encourage you to make sure that your students get time on stage before they actually get to do the full performance, so that they have an understanding just in the ceiling height changes, lights, all that kind of stuff can really be discombobulating to even the most seasoned performer. Even professionals go through a rough blocking no matter which space they're on while they're touring, just to get a sense of distance. So that's one of the things. The other thing that you can do in your favor is from the very beginning of whatever unit you're doing as far as circus is concerned, is orientate the lessons so that they're already facing where you know the audience is going to be sitting. And so with that, that's the first question you have to ask. Where's the audience going to be? Where's the performance going to be? And which way do they face? The things to take into consideration are backstage, entrances, exits, rigging. There's a whole bunch of things just on that just to consider of where the audience can see and are there any things obstructing their view. Then we get into stuff like acoustics and obviously technical needs like power. Where's the electricity come from? Where's your sound system going to be plugged in? Where do the speakers going to sit so that you don't deafen your audience? These are technical needs that we'll address later on, but it is important to look at them as part of the space. Are there things that are visually distracting for the audience? If you're in a gymnasium, there's a whole bunch of pendants up on the wall. Do you mind that? Or do you need a full curtain back there? Does it look silly to have a curtain that doesn't go all the way to the ceiling, and are you better off to just keep it nice and open? This becomes an aesthetic choice and obviously a budgetary need. Do you have time and energy to invest in that, or are you better off investing on keeping your students in the flow of the show and the orientation? We'll go over to the whiteboard in a minute and talk about some of the obstacles and choices that you can make. But one of the last things I want to talk about when it comes to space. Oh. That's it.